Here's a more extensive version in English about how to form a virtue with 10 questions and answers. What does it mean to form a virtue? Forming a virtue means developing a positive moral quality, like honesty, patience, or kindness, until it becomes a natural part of your character. What is the first step to building a virtue? The first step is self-awareness. You need to recognize the virtue you want to develop and why it matters in your life. For example, choosing patience because it improves relationships. How is forming a virtue different from forming a habit? A habit is often about behavior, like exercising or reading daily, where a virtue goes deeper. It shapes your values, intentions, and moral choices. Virtues uh, guide your characters, not just your actions. Why is practice important in developing virtues? Virtues ground through repeated practice. For instance, practicing honesty in small situations builds the strength to stay honest in more difficult moments. Can role models help in the forming virtues? Yes, observing and learning from people who live with integrity and strong values inspires uh, us to act the same way. Role models show of how virtues look in real life. How does reflection help in forming virtues? Reflection allows you to think about your daily actions, see where you act according to your values, and where you can improve. Keeping a journal can be a powerful tool for reflection. What role does discipline play in forming a virtue? Discipline is crucial because virtues are not built in one day. Staying consistent, even when it feels difficult, strengthens your moral character. Is it possible to form more than one virtue at the same time? Yes, but it's usually better to focus on one at a time. For example, practicing gratitude might naturally help to develop kindness as well. How can community or relationships support virtue building? Being part of a supportive community encourages accountability, feedback, and shared growth. Friends and mentors can aid you when you struggle. What is the key to making a virtue part of your identity? The key is consistency and intention. When you practice a virtue regularly with genuine purpose, it becomes part of who you are, not just what you do. Can I Write by Charles Bukowski, Chapter 18, no, sorry, 19, Part 1. The fifth grade was a little better. The other students seemed less hostile, and, and I was growing larger physically. I still wasn't chosen for the home run things, but I was frightened less. David, in his violin, had gone away. The family had moved. I walked home alone. I was often trolled by one or two guys. Of Juan was the worst, but I didn't start anything. Juan smoked cigarettes. He'd walk being me smoking a cigarette, and he always had a different body with him. He never followed me alone. I scared me. I wished they'd go away. Yet, in another way, I didn't care. I didn't like I didn't like Juan. I didn't like anybody in that school. I think they knew and that. I think that's why they disliked me. I didn't like the way they walked or looked or talked, but I didn't like my father or mother either. I still had the feeling of being surrounded by white empty space. There was always a slight nausea in his stomach. Han was dark-skinned, and he wore a brass chain instead of a belt. The girls were afraid of him, and the boys too. He had one of his buddies followed me home almost every day. I'd walk into the house and they'd stand outside. Juan would smoke his cigarette, look and talk, and his body would stand there. I'd watch them through the course time. The court time. Finally, they were off. Mr. Freitag was our English teacher. The first day in class, she asked us each our names. I I want to get to know all all of you, all of you. She said. She smiled. Now each of you has a father. I'm sure. I think it would be interesting if we found out what each of your fathers does for a living. We'll start with seat number one and we will go around the class. Now, Mary, what does your father do for a living? He's a gardener. Ah, that's nice. Seat number two. Andrew, what does your father do? It was terrible. All the fathers in my immediate neighborhood had lost their jobs. My father had lost his jobs. Ginny's father sat on his front porch all day. All the fathers were without jobs except Chuck's, who worked in a meat plant. He drove a red car with the meat company's name on the side. My father is a fireman, says it number two. And that's interesting, said Mr. Freitag. My father is a lawyer, said number four. My father is a policeman. What was I going to say? Maybe only the fathers in my neighborhood were without jobs. I'd heard of the stock market crash. It means something bad. Maybe the stock market had only crashed in our neighborhood. Seat number 18. My father is a movie actor. 19. My father is a concert violinist. 20. My father works in the circus. 21. My father is a bus driver. 22. My father sings in the opera. 23. 23. That was me. My father is a dentist, I said. Mr. Freckles went right on through the class until she reached a number 33. My father doesn't have a job, said number 32. Shit, I thought I wish I had thought of that. One day, Mr. Freitag gave us a assignment. Our distinguished president, President Herbert Hoover, is going to visit Los Angeles this Saturday to speak. I want all of you to go hear our president, and I want you to write an essay about the experience and about what you think our President Hoover speech. Saturday, there was no way I could go. I could go. I had to mow the lawn. I had to get the hairs. I could never get all the hairs. Almost every Saturday, I got a beating with the razor strap because my father found a hair. I also got stropped during the week once or twice for other things I failed to do or didn't do right. There was no way I could tell my father that I had to go see President Hoover. So I didn't go that Sunday. I took some paper and sat down to write how I had seen the president, his open car trailing flowing streamers, had entered the football stadium, one car full of Secret Service agents when I had and two cars followed close behind. The agents were brave men with guns to protect our president. The crowds of the president's car entered the arena. There had never been anything like it before. It was the president. It was him. He waved. We cheered. A band played. Seagulls skywarding airplanes too. They brought awards in the sky like prosperity is just around the corner. The president stood up in his car, and just as he did, the clouds parted, and the light from the sun fell across his face. It was almost as if God knew too. Then the car stopped on our great president, sur- surrounded by Secret Service agents. Then the car stopped and our great president, surrounded by Secret Service agents, walked to the speaker's platform. As he stood begging the microphone, a bird flew down from the sky and landed on the speaker's platform near him. The president waved to the bird and laughed, and we all laughed with him. When he began to speak and the people listened, I could quite hear the speaks because I was sitting too near a popcorn machine, which made a lot of noise popping in the narcolex. But I think I heard him say that the problems in Manchuria were not serious and that at home everything was going to be all right. We should worry, and we had to do was to believe in America. There will be enough jobs for everybody. There would be enough dentists with enough teeth to pull enough fires and enough firemen uh, to put them out. Mines and factory smoke will open again. Our friends in South America will.